What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing well, and today we are in my driveway cleaning out the truck. We just got back from a trip, and this is something that I like to do after I get back from every trip. Now I don't always clean it as well as I should, but today we're going to be going through the whole entire camper, the whole entire interior, cleaning it, vacuuming, and I'm also going to take advantage and show you guys a little bit of my storage units that I have, or my storage solution that I do have on my Toyota Tacoma. It's kind of a mess back here, but I do also have a goose gear there that I'll be talking about and just kind of showing you guys where everything goes and how I keep everything organized when I go out to camp. Now, stuff doesn't look organized at the moment. I just took everything out, but everything will be in its place once this video is done. So we finally finished cleaning the inside of the cab. Had to go through the whole entire thing, vacuum, clean the seats, take all the dog hair out. I did my best. Dog hair is really hard to remove, so I think it looks pretty good. So now, focusing on the back, I am going to reorganize what I have here, kind of separated things already. So I guess the first system that I use to organize a lot of my cooking supplies are these shelves here. It did come with my goose gear system. Well, it didn't come with it, it's an option that they offer, and I opt to go with it because not only does it keep my cooking stuff organized, but it also it's really easy to remove it. 8 bolts that connect to the utility cabinets, and it all comes right off. I have stuff like my Jetboil, my skillet with miscellaneous spices, some spits, my candle, and everything just goes in pretty nice. Let me talk about this bag real quick. $9 on Amazon. Check it out. Holds all my spices, my pepper, my salt, Old Bay, olive oil. $9. And instead of having all this stuff floating around, especially on the trails, a little bag like this is very useful. So it's kind of pack things in nice and neat. Obviously some fuel, my cups, and then I also got these at Target. They're little containers here, plastic containers. I like the fact that they're clear because I can see what's in it, easier to grab when you're trying to look for stuff at camp. We got forks, spoons, extra coffee grinder. So I don't know, this is just how I do stuff here, how I keep things organized in my camper. Keeping everything organized at camp does go a long way because sometimes you get to camp a little late, you're hungry, you just want to cook, you know where everything's at. Now we see here on the side plate you do have small holes. What these holes were made for were to rearrange the shelf system, whether you want them closer together, further apart. But what I did is I put D-rings here to put things like a little napkin holder, or to hold little trays like this, yucateco sauce, my knife, and basically utilize the side of the shelf. So inside I do have utility cabinets, same company, Goose Gear, and I did open all the latches, just kind of give you guys an idea how everything looks. So on this side I do have all my shower equipment, my toilet, I do have my grill, propane fire pit, my fishing rod here, my fly rod. On this side here I do have bags that I opened up already, so I can show you guys what I have. Everything from power cords, chargers for my batteries, extra drone controllers. Since all my power units and power supply is here, I like to have everything accessible. This other bag has extra propane hoses for not only my Jetboil, but the propane tank and the furnace. Just in case this one fails at camp, I do have an extra one. Now, neat thing about having the water tank behind there is that you can actually mount these bags here, also by Alu-Cab. Carry things like bags, my Bible, first aid kit, small little saw, flashlight. This is a room spray, so it smells like pines in here when I poop in here. And obviously have to have my ARB hose, my deflator on this side, so when I open this door I have easy access. Now, if you're wondering, George, where do you have your fridge? Well, it's in the back seat. I do have a Goose Gear 60% delete. Back in the day before Talia was born, I actually had a 100% delete. But we did put a seat back so she can hang out with us and go on these adventures with us. But I do carry things like my Pro Eagle jack. I always carry an extra buddy heater just because if my furnace ever fails on me, I do have a second source of heat. And my fridge obviously runs back here. Easier to access water or food when I'm on the road. Now we take this off out. I do have my tow strap for recovery. The Goose Gear seat delete comes with little compartments as well. It's good to have things like a little battery booster here, just in case my battery ever dies on the trails. All my recovery gears here to change my tire. We got shackles. Now in this storage compartment, which I'm not going to open just because I don't want to take my fridge out, I do carry very important things in here, like MREs. I have extra water in here. I have solid foods like granola bars, canned food, and this is not for the daily or a normal camping trip. This is for survival mode. If something ever happens to me where, you know, my truck rolls, I don't have access to get out of my truck, or we, you know, get stranded and this is basically our only way to survive, I want to make sure that I have things like that in here that go untouched unless we really run into a bad situation. So this whole entire place here has a lot of things. Eventually I'll make a video about that. Now, I just didn't come up with this idea on my own to have, you know, survival stuff like canned food, MREs, and extra water, granola bars. I do follow a guy by the name of Mike Glover. This guy basically trains and prepares people for the ultimate disaster. And I thought to myself, dude, if I'm out there by myself all the time and something crazy happens, I'm only gonna have the food that I brought for that specific trip. What happens after that? Do I starve? Do I run out of water? So that is why this storage compartment is vital when you're out in the middle of nowhere for multiple days. So Mike Glover, shout out to you, bro. Thanks for the idea. So here we are, hours later. I am so glad I was finally able to clean the inside of the car, show you guys a little bit of the storage compartments that I have and the solution that I went with in order to keep everything organized, not only inside the cab, but inside the camper as well. The Goose Gear has played a big role with keeping everything organized. They do have a lot of options, you know, either drawer systems or utility cabinets. In my case, like I told you guys earlier, the utility cabinets work best for me, but different applications for different people, different setups, and so forth. All this to be said, if you guys are looking for more information, I'll be putting all their information down below. Also, I'll be putting Tiny Rig's information down below. Those guys are the guys that basically installed this whole entire camper and system for me, including the camper, the lighting, the compartments, the fireplace, everything that you do see here. So hit them up if you have any questions. They're probably gonna answer your questions better than I will, just because I'm just a consumer. You know, like, these guys are the pros. If I have any questions, I go to them. So if I can't answer your question in the comment section, I'll be putting their info down below. Hit them up. Tiny Rig Co. out in Westminster. These guys are local for those of you guys that live in SoCal. And if you don't, still give them a call. I'm sure they'll be happy to help you guys. So that's pretty much it. I need to take a shower. I've been at it all day. Sun's going down, and I'm ready to just hang out with my fam. So for those of you guys that are watching, thank you guys so much. If you guys have any more questions, you already know, hit them in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.